is back, and I'm a little bit out of whack at the moment. I'm out of practice and everything, so you guys just have to give me a little chance to get it going. I already got technical difficulties. Hey fam, what's up, what's up, what's up? This is Robert Anton here, robertantonnyc, and I'm back to give you the voice commentary, the no frills commentary from a singer. And like I said, everything is kind of out of whack at the moment, but I'm trying to work it out. Anyway, we're gonna get it started. This is the Voice season premiere, season 7, y'all. Season 7, do you believe it? Oh my goodness, they are just clipping along really quickly here. We started out today with Blake Shelton, Adam Levine being joined by the new coaches Pharrell and Gwen Stefani. And the show was introduced all the coaches, credits and stuff like at the top of the show, what this person's done, what that person's done, blah blah blah, this and the other. Okay, the coaches all performed together. They did hella good, by no doubt. And Pharrell got on the drums with Adam on the guitar. Gwen and Blake were standing up front. I was like, Blake's not playing his guitar, what's going on? But he was up front singing and everything. And Gwen was working the crowd, doing her thing. You know, it's her song, so she did her thing. And Blake just kind of stood there and sang a little bit. All of them got solos and everything. It sounded very good. I found it to be very laid back and a smooth vocal performance from everyone. Just very enjoyable. Okay, my notes are right here. I'm not trying to hide it. They're right down in front of me. But and I will be checking them because they're usually up on the screen, but that ain't working right now. So we're going to go on and we're going to continue. We started out with Look Wade. He's 31, did That's How Strong My Love Is by Otis Rene. And all 4 coaches turned for him almost immediately when he started. I thought he had a nice sound to his voice, though it wasn't as rough as I expected from his song choice. Adam started standing on his chair before the guy was even finished, and then Luke fell to his knees and got the rest of the coaches to stand. Adam told him he's gonna win the show if he's on his team. Gwen was selling herself as a bandmate just like him. Pharrell mentioned some of his blue-eyed soul artists and told him he knows what to do with his voice. Blake named him the voice winner. Already, I mean, everybody's calling him the winner already. The first person to sing, oh my God. Luke chose Pharrell. He said because he helped so many people that he idolizes with their careers. Then we had Clara Hong. She's 22. She did Chuck E's in Love by Rick Lee Jones. And she started out purring, the lyric kind of breathy and sweet, which immediately got Adam, Gwen, and Pharrell to turn around. It kind of lived in her sweet spot the whole song. Didn't really go anywhere. But she got a lot of dynamics going on at the end. You know, took it up a little bit, did a little more with it. Pharrell said her tone was like silk, and she said he's silk. Gwen said she loved the song and it suited her, and then showed her how to work the audience. She got up and said, you know, you got to work in stage presence and I can help you do that. And she started doing all this stuff, you know, getting the crowd involved and everything. Adam wrote her a poem and said hi in Korean to her. And Pharrell came back with his own poem off the dome. You know, he was like, anybody can write a poem. He just did it, you know, without you writing anything down. And Clara chose Adam because she said she liked his pitch. And if you like my pitch, make sure to thumb it up, you know, I ain't forgot about that. I gotta put it in my notes naturally, but make sure to thumb it up and let people know that you are watching The Voice, that we over here talking about it. Let me know who are your favorite people from tonight's auditions. Alright, and on with the show. Bryana Salaz was up next. She is 16. She did Problem by Arianna Grande, and I was excited that she chose this song, and so were the coaches. Adam, Blake, and Gwen chimed in right away. She was running out of breath at points during her performance and dropping some words because she couldn't get the breath, but she did a pretty decent job and was nailing the notes, mostly in full chest voice, which was impressive to me. Adam stood for her. Gwen mentioned her power notes and pushed the girl card. Oh, I'm a girl too, blah blah blah. Pharrell said her range is amazing and was kind of pointing towards Gwen, who she should go with, right? Blake called himself Uncle Blake to her, you know, was trying to win her over. And Bryana chose Gwen because she's been a long time inspiration, and she got a Team Gwen shirt. She had shirts made up with Team Gwen on them. How cute is that? Then Dennis Bell was up. He was 52. He did She Used to Be Mine by Brooks and Dunn. And he picked up the guitar to croon our first country song of the night. And I heard a lot of gravel in his voice with a solid rounded tone, but no chairs turned for him. Blake said he was a true country sound, but he sounds like he's out of practice. Adam said he could feel pain and said he has a gift. Gwen said he moved people today, and Pharrell told him to keep going. Up next we had Damien. One one named Damien. He was 35. He did It's Hard to Say Goodbye to Yesterday by BoyzIIMen. And he had a really nice tone, a good approach at the beginning of the song. Adam, Gwen, Pharrell immediately chimed in for him, and then Blake followed after. He took a little while, but he followed and chimed in also. This was very emotional. He started crying after he finished. Gwen went up to hug him. Then Gwen called his runs tasteful and his performance emotional. Blake said he reminds him of Bill Withers, and Damien chose Adam because he felt like he was the most genuine. Allison Bray was up next. She was 18. She did Merry Go Round by Kacey Musgrave, and she's a returning contestant, and she seemed to be really concentrated in the beginning of this, just making sure everything was perfectly placed and in, you know, just very, very nice. Beautiful tone. Blake and Gwen turned as soon as she finished her first sentence, and then Adam turned. She relaxed somewhere in there, you know, after the judges had turned, and just started to sing to the crowd and have a good time. There was something very sweet in her tone that I liked. Adam and Gwen stood for her. Blake and Adam recognized her. Immediately they turned around. Blake called her voice a breath of fresh air. Adam babbled on about something and nothing. He was just going on, and finally Blake called him out on it, and Allison chose Blake as her coach. Next up we had another one named Megg. She was 23. She did Celebrity Skin by Hole, and she came out and brought a little rock. I liked her outfit, though it seemed a little young for her. I said on Twitter that it looked like it would fit Danielle Bradbury better. You know, Danielle's like 16, 17, 18 now, but whatever. It's only a few years, okay? You could tell she was very comfortable on stage, and she was wailing away, but no coaches turned for her. Blake said it was too dramatic and pointed out her enunciation wasn't good. Pharrell said he was missing subtlety, and Gwen liked her aggressiveness. But of course she went on home. Taylor John Williams was up next. He was 23. He did Heartless by Kanye West, and he came in with a really nice tone and his own arrangement of the song, kind of laid back and angsty, but it fit him very well. Adam chimed in for him first while Pharrell was just vibing, and then Gwen chimed in. He even found a nice good way at the end to give the song some more arc and dynamic, kind of took it up. Very nice work. Gwen said it was so rad. Adam stood and called him the real deal, and Taylor chose Gwen because he felt like she understood him. Next up we had Elyjuh Rene. He did EXO by Beyonce. He did EXO by Beyonce. Okay, come on now. I was surprised when he opened his mouth to sing after hearing him talk. It was just, were you surprised? I was surprised. His singing voice was not like his speaking voice. It was so much higher, so much sweeter, and just it sounded like a girl. Adam chimed in for him and then Pharrell. He was so engaging. He had his own little riffs and his style, and was he not standing right there, stock still in that one spot, giving us all kinds of movement and working the audience right from where he was. He did not move much. He didn't move his feet, but he was moving and doing his thing and all into his performance, and I really enjoyed that. Blake and Gwen thought it was a girl singing. They turned around and the girl was like, did you think it was a girl? Pharrell called his voice anointed, and Adam called his performance blissful. Elyjuh chose Pharrell because he felt like he understood his struggle. Then we had Bianca Espinal, 21. She did Foolish Games by Jewel, and she seemed to have just a bit of nerve starting out, became a little stronger on her second line of vocal. The first one she sang really, then she came stronger with it. The coaches were taking their time listening to her, but none of them turned their chair. And she said she sings in the subways of New York City, but I've never seen her. I'm sorry, I just never seen. Wait, what lines you sing on, girl? I've been here for how many years? I ain't never seen you out singing, because I would have noticed the beautiful girl long hair. Okay, but anyway, let's go on. Pharrell advised her to sing for herself first because that reads to the audience and the coaches, and she got a big hug and a kiss from him, a hug from Gwen. And my quick note, my quick rant about this is, yes, when you perform, yes, you want to do everything as well as you can, but you want to enjoy and throw yourself into the performance, because when people see you enjoying yourself, then it allows them to enjoy themselves. So if you're there and you look nervous and you look scared, they're going to be nervous and scared for you, and it's going to keep them from enjoying it as much as they could. You know, it was just good advice I felt from Pharrell, just to enjoy herself more. And finally, for the last of the night, last for the premiere, we had James David Carter. He was 34. He did Nobody Knows by Babyface. Hold up a minute, wait a minute here. A country singer, and he brought out the guitar, gave a little country spin to the song. Adam turned first, and the other three quickly followed. I wrote, his voice was just okay for me, with a little too much nasal to it. But the coaches really seemed to be into it, and they all stood for him at the end and made this big deal out of it. And I was just like, I wasn't feeling like it was that great. It was good, it was solid, it was professional, but I didn't feel like it was whatever. What did you guys think? Adam and Gwen had a competition to see who could stand highest on their chairs. I thought one of them was gonna fall for me. They would have been all over. Pharrell said there wasn't a nervous second in his performance and called him the total package. Blake called it the best country audition that he's ever heard. Ever? Really? Adam told him he could win with no problem. And how many people are Adam going to tell that they could win with no problem? I mean, come on. Adam tells almost everybody that. I just, okay, whatever. If I watched the show and I came on and he said, I'd be like, sit down. Just sit down somewhere. And James chose Blake, which seemed to be the only choice, being a country singer and doing his thing. It was the only choice for him. He could have went with somebody else, but yeah, Blake was the right choice. Whew. Okay, this is Robert Anton, robertantonnyc.com. Whoa, we have started The Voice. Are you excited? I'm a little excited. I'm a little nervous too because all this stuff is going. But anyway, I am just going to enjoy the ride and have a good time and try to fall in love with a few singers. There are more blind auditions tomorrow, Tuesday night at 8 p.m. It's a 2-hour show once again. I am live tweeting the show every time I am watching. That is generally every performance from So You Want to Be a Singer. I will put the link down, my Twitter for So You Want to Be a Singer, down in the description box. You guys can follow me there and let's chat during the show. You get a little bit of what I'm thinking before I actually put up the commentary. Alright, this is Robert Anton, robertanton.com. I am out. Peace.